Good barely morning. It's Wednesday, October 6th. I usually start my vlog on Monday and compile from there, but I needed some more space on my memory, and so I went and cleaned out a bunch of storage and everything, and I ended up deleting my videos that I had compiled for the vlog. So I'm starting all over again. It is 11:30 and I'm just now getting out here to get in the garden and do different things. I don't recommend getting out this late, even though the fall has come in and there's a nice breeze and it's cooler and it's not suffocatingly hot. I just couldn't get up this morning and face the day, so I slept in. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take back the irrigation lines from the remainder of the beds that needs to get amended, top amended. I need to get that ready for Corey because he's going to come home this afternoon and finish up the amendments. In addition to that, I will be planting some more seeds. I got a couple of rows done yesterday, and so I'm going to try to get at least, well, let's see, we've got 2 more ready, so I'm going to try to get those done today, and I'll bring you along for that. And for whatever else comes up, I did end up stringing up, and I lost this footage too, I ended up stringing up a trellis for cucumbers and pole beans yesterday as well, and I will show you that. So come along and we'll see what today holds. I will take you over here and show you the trellis that I put up. I'm super excited about this trellis because I've never grown pole beans or cucumbers or anything like that, or anything that would require this kind of trellis, but this is really handy because it's going to be easy to maneuver and take down once the growing is done. So I'm going to do a portion, probably these 2 portions with cucumbers, I'm thinking, and then the rest of it with Kentucky pole beans, and see how that goes. I really don't know how much each plant produces, so this is really new for me. So these are the drip irrigation lines I will be peeling back. They're connected down at the other end. And any of you who have dealt with drip irrigation knows that if you don't carefully peel them back or remove them or whatever, they get tangled really easily. So I'm going to do my best not to have that happen so that I can relay them with ease. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 garden rows to peel back. And once that's done, I'll get the other 2 beds, long beds that have been amended, planted, including the trellis with the beans and cucumbers. To do on this first row, I went ahead and peeled the irrigation back and just laid it out flat, but on this row what I've decided to do is I've just moved it from the row over into the walkway. I'm hoping that will suffice because it's going to be a lot easier just to move them back when we reinstall it after the amendments are done. So I'm really hoping that'll work. All done with that, I'm gonna go and get my tablet that I've written down which seeds I'm gonna put where. I gotta look at that a bit before I start planting again. Here is my row outline. You can see I've abbreviated everything, organized it in the rows. What I'm trying to do is we want a companion plant and put beneficial vegetables with other vegetables that they'll gain benefit from, but also give benefit from, such as beets. Planting them by kale helps to flavor the kale better. Let's see, what else is here? I think carrots help a lot of things. Carrots and beans, carrots and cucumbers, they benefit each other too. So just trying to be mindful of that kind of thing as we move forward. And I think it's going to be really pretty when everything comes up in their different array of colors and shapes and sizes, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now, before I plant these seeds, what I'm doing is I am inoculating them with this bio coat, and it just helps them to germinate and to thrive in the soil. I'm still learning about that. This is something that my husband has asked me to do. It is a dry blend of endomycorrhizal seed treatment. So this is something that I'm just putting in a bag. Say, this is an example. I've put that inoculant, which is the dirt looking stuff, in with my sunflower seeds, and I do that with all of the seeds, whatever I'm planting. So that's how I've started it, and as I go along, I'll be adding more or adding inoculant to each type of seeds that I plant. Now see, I did these, and I just put the inoculant in a bag and put it back in the seed pouch it came in, just so I remember what kind of seeds it is. Some of them I've just put inoculant right in the seed pouch, which you can do. Like say for this one, I just put the inoculant in there because I know that even if I don't use all the seeds for future use, I'm gonna want them inoculated, so I might as well just go ahead and put it in there. So I've got quite a bit to plant today. I've got kale, I've got the red Russian kale, I've got lacinato kale seeds. I think that's your typical dino looking kale. I want to do collard greens, and I want to do mustard greens. Let's see here, what else? I'm going to do some amaranth. And aren't these pretty carrots? These are the cosmic purple carrots. And that's from Baker Creek Heirloom. Let's see here. I'm definitely doing some beets, different kinds. I've got an assortment here. Let's see. I think those are, no, the green top bunching and Detroit dark red. I think a variety is good. I've also got a variety of radishes, gourmet blends, cherry bell, and this one is early scarlet globe. And I'm definitely planting some lettuce, which I've already planted some of. But on the trellis, I will be doing these Kentucky Wonder pole beans and this heirloom and cash market cucumber that I'm gonna try. It's from Rare Seeds, Baker Creek, and that's super exciting. If I don't get anything else planted today, I want to get that trellis planted today. We're trying really hard not to be late with our crops, with our sowing this year. We're on the verge with some things, but it just seems like we're always late. So we're trying extra hard to make sure that we get everything planted that we want to have planted, and hopefully all the seeds will succeed and thrive. And yeah, just having a lot of fun with this. So real quick, you'll notice with these beans, the inoculant isn't sticking to it. But what I do is when I plant a bean, I just throw some inoculant in the ground with it, and that works really well too. So if you do inoculate and you see that it's not really sticking to the seed, you can always put it in the hole with it, and it'll have a great effect as well. Okay, so for the cucumber, what I'm gonna do, and I had to look this up because it's not listed on the seed pack. I think this was a bonus thank you seed pack that we received. I'll plant them an inch deep. See the inoculant on them? I'll plant them an inch deep and about 2 to 3 feet apart. And so I'll just plant them right along the edge of this here, and they'll just grab it as they grow. So let's see. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna just put a seed by each emitter. Not each emitter, but every 2 to 3 feet, probably every other. These are 5 inches apart, so let's see. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 2 feet is 24 inches. So I'm just going to do them 20 inches apart. I'm just throwing a little bit of inoculant in there with the seed. Every 6 inches on these beans, the pole beans. Show you how the bean looks in the hole and with the inoculant in it, just so you just have an idea what I'm doing. So I put the bean and threw some lighter dirt, which is the inoculant. So I'm just throwing a little bit in the hole with it. We're back later in the afternoon, and Corey is doing some of those amendments, and he will be working into the soil with the tiller. He's going to move the setting up so that it doesn't go deep, but just so that he doesn't have to do that with a hoe or a hard rake and just chop it up. So I'll be showing you that. Testing pH again to make sure he amends properly. So what I ended up doing is going in front of Corey, moving the center hay out of the way so that he could till it without it getting bound up in the tiller, and then I'm just going behind where the tiller was and making it really smooth. It's the next day. Gotta wait for that plane, maybe. I'm gonna be raking all of these after they were tilled, the rows, and putting the lines back on. So that's gonna take a little bit. It's such a pretty morning out here. The sun's not quite hitting the garden yet. It is behind me. It's coming up through the trees. But thankfully it's not here yet. So I may have enough time to get done what I need to do this morning. And then after that, then I'll have it'll be open for me to plant. The rows are all done. The irrigation lines, I've stretched them out this morning, but as the sun has come up, they are, of course, expanding and wanting to wiggle all over the place. So I'll have to reset those, adjust them. But this part is done. I do have to finish planting seeds and go from there, but it's about 10:30 in the morning and the sun is covering the garden now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break and I will see y'all when I come back. Those are some dragonflies flying around out there. You can barely see them, but when you're here it looks like, when you're seeing them in person, it looks like golden dragonflies all flitting around out there. I don't know why they're congregating, but they sure are pretty.